Hey yogis, welcome back to Hannah Adams Yoga. Thanks for joining me. I'm going to bring you through a little flow to help you find a bit more space, a bit more ease, and a bit more strength in your physical body, a bit more focus in your breath, and with all of that, finding the tools to arrive a bit more in the present moment where all of your options are. So come join me on your mat and we'll get started. Sitting cross-legged, long ways on your mat. Hands resting on your knees or your thighs, and then close your eyes. Take a really purposeful breath in, and let it all come out. Do that for 2 more breaths. Full breath in, and let it all come out. Give it 1 more breath in. Let it all come out. And if it's not already, close the mouth and start to draw the breath in and out of your nose. Continue to breathe in and out of your nose, buying yourself a bit more time for the breath to enter and to exit. And so you start to set up your cadence for your breath. Everything that we're going to be doing, all the shapes, all the movements will revolve around this base of breath movement. So be diligent now, 2 more rounds of breath, something sustainable, something not too effortful. One more breath, just for joy. And then wait for your inhale. You're going to come into a reverse tabletop. But this reverse tabletop, your feet are going to be mat width apart. Your hands are going to be mat width apart. Fingertips facing to the sides. And then press down into your heels to lift your hips. Press down into your hands to open the chest. And then use your imagination. The ceiling smells delicious. Big breath in. As you exhale, press more into your hands and your feet to anchor and sustain the lift of the hips and chest. And then give it 1 more full breath in. As you exhale, bring your knees over to the right so you start to find a twist. Maybe enough that the right knee comes down, keeping the hips up. The left leg is in an internal rotation. Pause here just for an inhale. And as you exhale, you're going to sit face towards me. And your left hand is going to grab your left shin and then reach the right arm up. And excuse my back, but this way you kind of know what's going to come on the other side. So come into your side bend, reaching the right arm over. And if you need, you could crawl the left hand past the shin. Wherever you land, pause, let your eyes be still, and give it 2 patient breaths. Letting the breath movement sort out the space in the shape. Another soft breath in, really let it wander. And then exhale, you kind of cartwheel your arms. You can seesaw over to the other side. You're going to press down into your knees so the hips press forward and you reach that left arm back. And then you let the breath movement sort out the rest. Let the inhale show you where there's space available. And the exhale where there's strength available. Give it another full breath in and out. 1 more inhale just to enjoy. As you exhale, you're going to sit. You're going to hug your knees in towards your chest so you're facing the front of your mat again. And there's a little bit of a balancing task here, trying to really tuck the knees in and get your feet off the ground. And if you do that enough, it'll be a little wobbly, and that's what we're looking for. Give that a moment to keep the eyes still and use your exhale to hollow the belly to support the weight of the legs coming in. And you're giving yourself a bear hug, so approach it with the appropriate thoughts and feelings as you hug yourself. Give it 1 more exhale, let all the breath go. And then wait for your inhale, feet down wide, hands down wide, reverse tabletop. Use your exhale, anchor through the feet, anchor through the hands. Give it another inhale, it smells so good. And then exhale, windshield wiper the knees over to the left until your left knee lands down and the right leg is in an internal rotation. Hips are still up. You pause just for an inhale. And then exhale, you're gonna sit and then reach your left arm up. Your right hand grabs the right shin and you reach the left arm now up and over until you feel a little manageable dose of tension, and then you pause. And then you allow the inhale to show you where there's space. And the exhale to show you where there's exits for any tension that needs to leave. Give that another patient moment. Another inhale just to enjoy. And then exhale, you kind of cartwheel the arms, seesawing over to the other side, pressing down into your knees to press the hips forward. And so you reach that right arm away from the right knee. And then you pause, and again, you let the breath sort it out. Because your breath movement is this perfect gateway, this mechanism that's already in your body that's sorting out tension and disengagement. And so let that happen for you. You've done the doing. Let the breath make the rest. Give it another breath. As you exhale, you're gonna sit again, hug your knees in towards your chest, play with the balance. Now here, really try to exaggerate the exhale, hollowing the belly to bring the knees closer, so that maybe you could play with bringing the arms out in front of you and not losing the tuck of your knees. If you choose that option, spread your fingers really wide, press the palms forward, bring the knees in a little closer every time you exhale. Eyes are right in front of you. Give it another full breath in and out. Once again, full breath in, full breath out. Wait with the breath out until you're craving the inhale, and then your reverse tabletop is ready for you. Full breath in. Exhale, anchor through the feet and the hands. We're just going to flow through everything now. Give it another full breath in to enjoy. And then exhale, knees to the right. You'll start to twist and then sit. Reach the right arm up and over, and then pause. 2 breaths. One more full breath in. As you exhale, seesaw the arms, press the hips forward, and then pause. 2 breaths. As you exhale, sit, hug the knees in towards your chest. Maybe the arms extend out in front of you, eyes still. Give it a full breath in and especially out. Once again. Waiting for your inhale, reverse tabletop, feet down, hands down, hips high. Use your exhale to anchor. Another inhale, smell some roses. And then exhale, knees to the left. Enjoy that twist as you sit. Reach the left arm up and over, and then pause. 2 breaths. Make it meaningful. Maybe one more full breath in. As you exhale, seesaw the arms, press the hips forward, reaching your right arm over your head, and then pause. Let the breath do the rest, and you can just be. Another full breath in. Exhale, you're gonna sit. Last time, hug the knees in towards your chest or extend the arms out in front of you. If you choose the option of arms extending out in front of you, bring your knees to try to touch your arms and your big toes to touch, so you're in a little crow pose. Have your eyes in front of you and exhale, hollow the belly. Try to bring the knees a little closer. One more breath. And if you're in that crow pose shape, you're going to try to keep it. Wherever you are, you're going to rock onto your back, get some momentum, and then make your way right back to where you started. Do that for a couple breaths, rocking and rolling back. Try to keep the arms and the knees in contact as you come up. One more time. You rock, and then you roll. Give it one more exhale to be upright, finding your stability. And then when you're ready, extend the legs out. Reach the arms up. Big breath in. Exhale, forward fold. Pause for one slow breath. Inhale, lifting the head, lifting the chest. Walk your sit bones back a little. And then exhale, soft fold. Take that again. Inhale, lift the head and the chest. Walk the sit bones back a little. And then exhale, soft forward fold. And let it be shallow. Give it a breath. It'll open up gradually, but you gotta be patient. Good things take time. You're gonna start to bend the right knee in towards your chest so you can grab your right foot with your hands. Use the holding of your foot to draw the knee in and lengthen the spine a little more. And if you can't hold the foot with both hands, hold it with just one hand, and your other hand could either rest on your opposite thigh or support the leg that's up. Wherever you are, eyes in front of you, give it an inhale. If you have the space available, you might extend the leg. Wherever you are, your eyes are still and your breath is moving. If there's nothing else that you do, find that stillness with the eyes and lots of movement with the breath. And one more full breath in. And then exhale, you're gonna place the foot down to your left, but then you're gonna twist to your right. Using your left arm to hug the knee in. Use your right hand behind you to get nice and long in the spine. Eyes are still. Give it an inhale, really inflate through the back body. Exhale, hollow the belly and twist a little more. Do that again. Inhale, really open up through the back body. And then exhale, the belly hollows and you twist a little more. Give it one more inhale to kind of wind it up. As you exhale, you're going to twist to your left. And I know you're probably facing away from me, but I'm going to do my best to talk you through it. Your left hand comes down under the left shoulder. You're going to rock to the outer edge of your left hip, your left leg. So you're now on the pinky side of your left foot. And be patient walking through it. Eventually will flow. It'll be easy, but put in the work now. The leg on the ground, the extended leg is extended. It's straight fully. And then you're going to press down into your right foot to lift your hips up. You want to feel like your right hip is the highest part of the shape. And then you reach the right arm over your head. Hopefully that feels really good. And then you pause, give it a big breath in. And then exhale, sit back to the outer edge of your hip and release the arm down. That's the movement. We're going to flow. Inhale, press down to lift up and reach. Exhale to sit and soften. Look at your right hand as you go. Inhale, reach it up and over. Exhale to sit. And we'll take that for one more inhale. Press down to lift up. Exhale, you're going to sit. You're going to grab your right foot and reach it back up to the sky. You're back to where you started sitting. Give it a full breath in. And then exhale, forward fold. Pausing for an inhale, lift the head and the chest. Walk the sit bones back. Exhale, soft fold. Give it one inhale just to be there. And then exhale, bend the left knee in towards your chest. Grab the left foot. Use a nice generous bend of your knee, at least at first, to get nice and long in the spine. Focused with the eyes. And you could stay right there, or you might play with extending the leg, or maybe you need to adjust and a hand has to come off in some way. Personalize it as you see fit, and wherever it is that you are, however you are, your eyes are still, and your breath is full of movement. And you're allowing the movement of the breath to affect how you are doing what you're doing. Finding a bit more ease, a bit more support, and a bit more presence, so you actually are where you are. Sounds simple enough. Give it one more full breath in and be with it. And then exhale, place the foot down to the right, but then you're going to twist to your left. You can really hug that left knee with the arm, and then use your hand behind you to get longer in the spine. Give it that inhale that wanders into your back body, and then exhale to twist a little more. Do that one more time. Inhale. Exhale, twist a little more. Give it one more inhale just to be right there, winding it up. And then exhale, twist to your right. Your right hand is going to come under your shoulder, rock to the outer edge of your right hip. Pinky side of your right foot is down. And then press down into your left foot to lift the hips high. Reach that left arm over. Give it a big breath in. Exhale, sit and let the arms soften. Take that for a couple breaths just to enjoy it. Inhale, press down and reach. Exhale to sit and soften. One more time, inhale, press down to reach. Exhale, sit and soften. I know I said one more time, but now actually one more time. Inhale, press down and reach. And then exhale, you're gonna sit, grab your left foot, find where you started. Give it a full breath in, don't rush it. And then exhale, forward fold. Pause for a breath in and a full breath out. We're gonna finish up this sequence, give it an inhale. And then exhale, bend both knees in towards your chest. Maybe grab a hold of both feet. If that's not available, grab both legs. If it's available, you might extend both legs. Wherever you are, your eyes are still and you have 2 breaths. Give it another full breath in. As you exhale, bend your knees, rock onto your back, get some momentum. Do that a few times, and then we'll meet in downward facing dog. Give yourself a moment to fidget in your downward dog, really spreading the fingers and pinching through your fingertips, driving the weight of your hips back and up. You might need some bending in your knees to ease through the ankles. But wherever you land, try to shift so the eyes land still between your ankles or your calves. And then be still enough that your breath movement is noticeable. Give it one more full breath in and out. And then wait for your inhale. You'll lift your heels high. Exhale, bend your knees, look towards your hands, and step or hop your feet towards your hands to come to the front edge of your mat in a standing forward fold. Feet together. Inhale, halfway lift, get long. Exhale, forward fold. We'll take that for 2 more breaths. Inhale, halfway lift, get long. Exhale, forward fold. Spend a bit more time in the next transition. Inhale, halfway lift, taking your time to lengthen as you go. And then exhale, fold. Take your time to disengage as you go. From there, you'll tuck your chin towards your chest. Start to roll yourself up into a standing shavasana, meaning a shape that's standing, but you're not doing it. You're just allowing it to be. Your shoulders are relaxed, your arms are resting by your sides, and you just have a soft gaze in front of you. And so you're just still enough, doing a minimal amount so that your breath movement can really present itself. And it requires patience, but it's worth it. Because as you rest into your standing shape, your inhale will start to move your ribs and open your arms a bit. And you can feel how the inhale offers that flare of movement. And so you can wait to inhale and catch that movement as your mode of transit to reach the arms up to the sky. Big breath in. As you exhale, press down into the feet so you feel the legs engage. From the anchor of your legs and your hips, take an inhale, reach the arms and ribs a little higher. Welcome the emotional component of putting your body in this shape, reaching your arms up, reaching your legs down, eyes still. Maybe your eyebrows get a little lift. Give it another full breath in, be emotional about it. And then exhale, bring your palms to prayer in front of your heart. The crown of your head reaches up as the balls of your feet reach down. And if that's all you do, the heels will start to lift. Play with the wobbles if they start to come up. Try to use the gathering of your legs, the pressure of the balls of your feet and your toes, and the crown of your head reaching up to help give you a sense of support in the shape. And then find your breath movement, the ultimate place of support. Give it one more full breath in. As you exhale, your knees are going to go forward, and your butt's gonna go down. Try to keep the direction of the head still straight up, coming into a narrow-legged Malasana variation. Give that a full breath in and a full breath out. We'll take one more inhale to be here. As you exhale, you're going to bring your hands down, kind of framing your knees. So your arms are gently hugging the outsides of your legs. And that brings your hands to about shoulder width apart. You could absolutely stay there. Option 2 would be to lift your hips a bit, and maybe your knees could separate and find the backs of your upper arms. Option 3 would be to shift a bit more weight of your legs into your arms by shifting it forward, and your toes would get a little lighter. And some of you might shift enough that you could really pinch into the fingertips, really press the knees against the arms, and maybe start to extend the arms, and the feet will lift up off the ground. Wherever you are, your eyes are still. Give it a full breath in. And then exhale, step or hop to your low push-up. Inhale towards your upward dog or equivalent, and because it's the first one of the practice, pause, move your head a little side to side to free up your neck so the spine starts to free up, and then you arrive at some point with your eyes in center. Take an inhale like it smells like an ocean, and then exhale, downward facing dog. Give yourself a moment to fidget, to set up your edges. Fingertips are working, hips are lifting, heels are settled, eyes are still. And then all you're left is with the breath movement. Allow that to bring you into the center of where you are, however it is. Because that's really when the yoga happens, when you stop doing and you allow yourself to be in the midst of anything, however it is. And then wait for your inhale, lift the heels high. Exhale, bend your knees, either step or hop your feet towards your hands. We'll just flow through that. Inhale, halfway lift, get long. Exhale, forward fold. One more time, inhale, halfway lift, get long. Exhale, forward fold. You'll roll yourself up into that standing Shavasana. A little patient moment for your inhale to present itself. And then wait for that moment of inhale to reach your arms up to the sky. As you exhale, anchor through the legs, reach the arms. Give it one more full breath in. Exhale, palms to prayer. Press the balls of your feet down as your head reaches up. Legs sealed together. Give it a full breath in. Exhale, knees go forward, the butt goes down, but your head stays up. Finding your Malasana. Give it a full breath in. Exhale, you could bring just your hands down and stay, or lift your hips up and separate the knees. Maybe your knees find the backs of your arms. Maybe you start to play with shifting more weight into your hands, which will take action on your part to really press the fingertips down, especially your index and thumb fingertips. Some of you might start to shift forward, and just like we had done sitting earlier, exhale, really hollow the belly, pressing the knees towards the arms, and maybe the feet can start to tuck up. Wherever you are, take an inhale, really look forward. And then exhale, step or hop, low push-up. Inhale towards your upward facing dog. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Give it a slow breath to land. And in these moments of stillness, we're finding that sense of being. We're kind of pausing from the doing. We've set up the shape, but then we're pausing and we're being in the shape. And what we're trying to work on in a flow practice is maintaining doing. So we're doing a movement or a transition. And even in the midst of doing, can you still find your sense of being? And that's what's going to be most applicable for our life, because we are human doings. We really do a lot. And so being able to find a sense of being in the midst of that is what's going to be most useful. And that's where your breath comes in. Even as you're doing, find your inhale and find your exhale. And so we're going to take one more round of this flow and see if you can really prioritize the breath component as you're in the midst of what you're doing. So take your inhale to lift the heels up. Exhale to bend your knees, look forward, step or hop. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Roll yourself up to standing. Actually wait for your inhale to reach your arms up to the sky. Exhale, palms to prayer, coming to the balls of your feet. Give it a full breath in, don't rush it. Exhale, knees forward, butt down, malasana. Give it an inhale to be there. Exhale, hands come down, maybe the hips come up. Maybe the knees find the arms, and maybe you shift forward. Wherever you are, you have 2 breaths. Another full breath in. Exhale, step or hop, low push up. Inhale, upward facing dog. Exhale, downward facing dog. Give it a slow breath to land. Make sure you're setting up again a cadence of breath that's going to be sustainable for the next flow. Wait for your inhale, reach the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, bring the knee in towards your chest and then step the foot forward between your hands. Press down into your feet and then reach the arms up, coming into your crescent lunge. Get nice and bendy with your legs, nice and lifted through your heart and your eyes. Try to really actively include the emotional component of putting your body in this shape. So you're choosing to reach the arms up, not because I told you to, though that's a part of it, but because you have an emotional reason to do so, and you own it, and you land in it, and you find your breath, you find the presence in it. Give it another full breath in. As you exhale, you're going to hug your left knee up and in towards your chest. Your right leg extends. I'll show you that transition in case you missed it. So you're coming from your crescent lunge, you shift the weight into your right foot, and then hug the left knee up. Now, once you get up, interlace your hands so your knee can rest into your palms and the arms are extended. From there, you might get a little bend in the right knee, which will also help with balancing. And you might stay where you are. You might start to drive the weight of your hips forward so the shoulders hinge back. Wherever you are, eyes are still, breath is moving. Inhale. Exhale. Inhale. Exhale. Give it one more full breath in. As you exhale, that left leg is going to swing back and you're in warrior 2. Have your eyes past your right hand. Really take up space with your arms and your legs. And then you've done the doing and your eyes are still. And you bring your focus to your breath movement, which is in the center of the shape, in the center of where you are. Wait for your inhale. You're going to straighten the right leg, flip the right palm, reverse triangle. Give that a moment for one more inhale. As you exhale, you're going to cartwheel your arms down and you're back into your lunge. Keep your left hand down and reach your right arm up to the sky. You're in a twisted lunge. You could absolutely stay here or start to come to the pinky side of your left foot And then adjust your right foot, stepping down into it to lift your hips up. This should be familiar. Reach the right arm over your head. Give it a big breath in and out. Wherever you are, keep your eyes still and the breath moving. Another full breath in. Exhale, high plank. Lower the hand down and step the foot back. A moment of inhale, drive the heels and the shoulders forward. And then exhale, lower all the way down onto your belly. As you arrive, interlace your hands behind your low back. Wait for your inhale, lift the chest, lift the eyes, reach the arms, reach the legs. Use your exhale to exaggerate the tone of the legs and arms. Every time you inhale, you might get a bit more lift. Exhale, work a bit more through the arms and the legs. Take that for another breath. Another full breath in. And then exhale, release the hands down, pressing into your child pose. You can stay in your child pose, or you might take this as an opportunity to work on your crow pose, and I'll talk you through if you're interested in that. You'll walk your hands in front of your knees, curl the toes under, and then lift your knees up. And so you're already in your crow pose ready shape. All you have to do now is lift the hands. So you can bend the arms, press the triceps against the knees. Now you're really in your crow pose shape. And all you have to do is invert it, lifting the hips to lower the hands. We were here before, and then maybe shifting forward to get the feet up. Wherever you are, your eyes are still and your breath is moving. Inhale and exhale. Inhale and exhale. For crow pose, come into a standing forward fold. Child pose, make your way to a tabletop position. Wherever you are, give it a big breath in. And then exhale, downward facing dog, crawling there if you're from your forward fold. Give yourself a long breath in and out. And we'll start to explore the other side. Inhale, left leg reaches up to the sky. Exhale, knee to chest, step the foot between your hands. Make sure your legs are doing what they need to do first. And then your arms can reach up to the sky, crescent lunge. Nice and bendy with the legs. Nice and lifted through the chest and the eyes. Emotional and expressive through the arms. And then however it actually is, just land in the middle of it, right where your breath is. Practice being in the midst of your doing. Give it one more full breath in. As you exhale, shift into your left foot so your right leg can come up. Interlacing your hands, let the knee rest into your palm so the arms extend. Especially if you're having a hard time balancing, you can play with bending your left knee a bit so your center of gravity lowers. And if you want to play with shifting the hips forward, the bend in your knee might give you a bit more wiggle room for that as well. Give yourself 2 more breaths wherever you are. Take another inhale to really wind it up. And then exhale, swing that right leg back here in Warrior 2. Eyes land past your left hand. You are taking up space with your arms and your legs. Eyes are still. And then locate the center of the shape, the presence of the shape, right where your inhale begins and your exhale finishes. Give that another breath. And then you're going to straighten the left leg, flip the left palm, reverse triangle. Give it a long moment of inhale. And then exhale, cartwheel your hands down. You come into a runner's lunge. Keeping your right hand down, you'll reach the left arm up to the sky. So you're in your twisted lunge. You can absolutely stay there. You could come to the pinky side of your right foot and adjust your left foot so you can really step down into it, lifting your hips, reaching the arm. Your eyes are still. Your breath is moving. Maybe you can even just enjoy the simplicity of your breath movement. Give it one more full breath in. And then exhale to your high plank. Pause for your inhale. And then exhale to lower down. You'll interlace your hands again. Wait for your inhale to lift the chest. Exhale, reach the arms and the legs. Couple breaths. Use your breath movement to sustain the shape. Give it one more full breath in. And then exhale, child's pose. Hands under your shoulders, sit towards your heels. Again, you can absolutely stay in child's pose, take a moment to rest, or you could use this as another opportune time to work on your crow pose. And we're doing child's pose before crow pose because it's relevant, because your child's pose shape is virtually identical to the shape of crow pose. Your big toes are touching, your knees are kind of wide, and your torso's draping over your thighs. All we want to do is put that into a high plank. And that's when you might walk your hands in front of your knees, curl the toes under to lift the knees, maybe pressing your upper arms against the knees a bit more, and then seesawing, lifting the hips to lower the hands. And then from there, you find your high plank with the arms, and maybe the feet would come up. Wherever you are, you got 2 more breaths. If you're coming from crow, come to a standing forward fold. If you're in child's pose, make your way to tabletop. Wherever you are, give it a big breath in. And then exhale, downward facing dog. So we've gone through this sequence. We're just going to flow through it. So there's not really any surprises, and you can know what you're going to be doing. So you can focus a bit more on how you are being. And that is with a sense of stillness and focus in the eyes and attention on your breath movement. Wait for your inhale, reach the right leg up to the sky. Exhale, knee to chest, step the foot forward. Inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. Exhale, settle a bit more into your legs. Eyes lift, heart lifts, arms are emotional. Give it another full breath in and out. Another inhale to be right there. Exhale, shift into your right foot and the left knee comes up. Reminder, the arms are extended. You could play with driving the hips forward. Give it a couple breaths, however it is. Another full breath in. And then exhale, swing that left leg back, warrior 2. Land with your eyes nice and still. Give it 2 breaths. As you inhale, straighten the right leg, flip the right palm, reverse triangle. Exhale to your runner's lunge, cartwheel your hands down. Keep the left hand down, reach the right arm up. You could stay in your twisted lunge or come to the pinky side of your left foot and adjust your right foot so you can really step down, reach the right arm. Give it 2 breaths wherever you are. Another full breath in. Exhale, high plank. Come all the way down onto your belly. Interlace the hands. Wait for your inhale to lift. Use your exhale to stay lifted. Inhale. Exhale. Give it one more full breath in. Exhale, child's pose or crow pose. You have 3 breaths. Another full breath in. If you're in crow pose, come to standing forward fold. Child's pose, come to tabletop. Give yourself an inhale. And then exhale, downward facing dog. Give it 1 slow breath. Continue to commit to your breath movement, your eyes being still and focused in the midst of what you're doing. Inhale, left leg reaches up to the sky. Exhale to step it forward. Inhale, the arms reach up. Exhale, settle a bit more into the legs. Reaching the arms, opening the heart. Give it another full breath in and out. One more inhale just to be. And then exhale, the right knee comes up into your hands. Give it a moment, find your center, find the full expression of the shape, and then land, couple breaths. Another inhale, and then exhale, swing that right leg back, warrior two. Take up space and then land your eyes still. Give it 2 powerfully focused breaths. Inhale, reverse triangle. Exhale, runner's lunge. Cartwheel the arms and then reach the left arm up to the sky. Find the variation you'd like to work with, maybe stepping into your left foot. Reaching the left arm over, 2 breaths. Eyes still, breath meaningful. Give it 1 more full breath in. Last time. Exhale, come to your high plank. Lower all the way down into your belly. You can interlace your hands again if you want to work with that option. Or bend your knees and grab a hold of the tops of the feet or the ankles. And if you're like me, this gives you great anxiety. And so you might not go much further than here. For those that feel really open and ready, press your feet back, lift up into your beautiful bow poses. We hate you. But for the rest of us, wait for your inhale and just be patient for that to open the chest a little. And then just press the feet back enough that you can stay wherever the inhale brought you. And it's probably a minimal amount, and that's fine. Good things take time. And so let each inhale offer you a little more space, a little more opening. Exhale, a little more support, working the legs. Give it a couple more breaths patiently. Inhale and exhale. So you're really just working through the early onset of tension in the shape. Inhale. And when you're ready, exhale, release. We'll all come to child's pose. Give yourself a long breath to land. Another full breath in and out. And sometimes it takes a moment for any of the excess doing to kind of melt away. And over time, the more we practice being in the midst of what we're doing, it won't require so much of a reset or so much of a moment of rest, because we find a way to rest even in the midst of activity. So give yourself a moment, allow yourself to really move in that direction of rest. And slowly we'll all make our way to tabletop. Just kind of finishing off before we come to our back. From your tabletop, just take a few rounds of cat-cow. Really cow-cat. Inhale for the cow. And exhale to the cat. And so you're just bringing it to that really basic element of actively moving, but finding your being in the midst of that activity. So finding your breath movement as you go. Give it another long breath to just be. And then you can cross your shins behind you so you can sit and extend your legs out in front of you. And you can shift so you're sitting more towards the front edge of your mat, legs extended. We were here before. Give yourself an inhale, reach the arms up to the sky. And then exhale, forward fold. Use the next inhale to lift the head and the chest a little, to walk the sit bones back. And then exhale, forward fold. Give it a couple breaths. You don't have to do the lift of the head, but that might happen a little bit if you allow for the inhale. So you can really, again, use the inhale that is naturally showing you where there's space available, where there's movement available, and let that guide you into the space of the shape. Give it Another slow breath in and out. From there, get a gentle tuck of your chin towards your chest, and you'll start to roll yourself down onto your back. Take your time. As you arrive, separate your legs so they're closer to mat width apart. Walk your sit bones away from each other, so laterally, a little micro adjustment. Similarly, walk your shoulder blades a little wider away from the spine. Adjust your palms so they face up, tops of the hands resting on your mat. And then now all the doing has been done, and we're just taking a valuable moment to connect to our being, which is really our true nature. As much as we are doing, we are human beings. And so your body will know how to go there. You just have to allow it. You could start with the eyes, let them close. Maybe your mouth now hangs open. And you allow the breath to just take itself. Allowing yourself to feel the support of the ground beneath you and the breath within you. And allow yourself to just move in that direction of disengagement, of ease, of non-doing. And trust that if even you do nothing, even if you do absolutely nothing, you will still be, you will still exist, and things will still happen. So let yourself surrender into that just for the next few breaths. Find another inhale. Exhale, start to move a little the fingers and the toes, rocking your head a little side to side. Take a breath on purpose. And then on an inhale, reach the arms over your head for a stretch. Exhale, hug the knees in towards your chest. You are hugging yourself, so treat it appropriately, loving and kind thoughts to yourself in your head. If this is in the morning or middle of the day, I want you to rock right up to seated. Otherwise, you could take a moment to come to your side. And then adjust so we all meet in a cross-legged shape. Palms resting on your knees or your thighs and your eyes closed, just as we started. And allow yourself to locate the center of where you are. It's more or less where your inhale begins and your exhale finishes. And there's nothing to do to be there. Nothing to put in its place. Your sense of being is already where it needs to be. You are already where you need to be, exactly as you need to be. And all you have to do is show up, allow yourself to arrive as fully as possible. You can use your breath as that useful tool to arrive there. Where all of your options are, where so much can happen for you, where there's little effort required. Hang out in that space just for the next couple breaths. And start to play with lifting the corners of your lips, Find a positive thought and attitude that fills your system. A happy breath, if you can fathom that. And then wait for your inhale, reach the arms up to the sky, catch a big smile if you can. And then exhale, palms to prayer in front of your heart. Namaste. Thank you so much for joining me for this practice. I hope you enjoyed. I hope you come back for more with Hannah Adams Yoga. Be well, yogis.